Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for tuning in for another wild camp adventure. So this week I'm actually back up in one of the favourite spots I've been to before, and the reason I've came back here again is because it's pretty exciting this time around. I'm actually testing out a new tent. So I've been very kindly sent a new tent by Nightcat. It's an ultralight trekking pole tent, backpacking tent. So I'm very excited to try and get this set up and see how it fares tonight. Now the weather, we've been in a heat wave for about the past couple of weeks or so, and it was supposed to change there, and it kind of did. Most of today it was pretty grey, and then it's now started to turn sunny again, so it's pretty warm. So I don't think we're going to get any extreme conditions, so touch wood, I could be wrong about that. But yeah, I'm just going to make my way up to the spot here, and then we'll attempt to get the tent set up, and then I'll talk a bit more about it. So see you at the spot. So just giving you a nice view here guys of the scenery. So absolutely beautiful spot. So that's just my bag and stuff there, and a couple of trekking poles, and I'm thinking I'm going to set up somewhere along here. Just I'll wake up to these lovely views, so I'll have the door here looking out. Can't beat that. Okay, so just before I get started guys, setting the tent up, I just wanted to give you an idea of what it actually looks like when it's in its stuff sack. So this is it here. As you can see, it's very, very small. It is ideal for a solo. This is a one-man tent, so it's ideal for a backpacking if you want to keep things lightweight. It weighs next to nothing. I will get you all the specs whenever I'm setting the tent up, just so you can get an idea. But yeah, as you can see, it's very, very small. Now, this does require a trekking pole, so it's a trekking pole tent. I already had trekking poles anyway. I think on their website there is one that they do sell with the trekking pole, so you can take a wee look at that on the website, Nightcat. So yeah, I already set it up in the garden there a couple of days ago just to get an idea of what the tent's like. I don't really like risking it going out into the wild and trying to set a tent up and find out that there's pegs missing, or you know, there's something wrong with one of the guy lines, or you just never know really. So you know, that would have gave you ample time to get in touch with the company and let them know. So yeah, it's a really cool tent, and yeah, I noticed the difference already with how light this thing is compared to my other tents. So yeah, it's really cool. So let's get it set up. So just to give you a little idea guys of what to expect whenever you open this, so let me show you the contents. So really cool roll out stuff sack. Okay, so there's your tent, and it is an inner and outer pitch at the same time, which is great again for harsh weather conditions. Now I'm pretty sure this is a 3-season tent, and you'll see why that is in a minute or two, rather than a 4-season. However, it's absolutely perfect for most. I would maybe even take it out in harsh weather, just depending. Now, so that's the main tent, and as I say, that's a inner and outer pitch together. And then within the sack you will also get so you've got your manual. So just as well, this is your pegs, and in here you will actually be supplied with some repair tape, which is really cool. So if you ever find yourself caught out, then at least you know you've got some repair tape to keep you going just in an emergency. And then in here we have our pegs, or stakes I suppose you would call them, and they're a lovely colour. There you go, that's them there, and I would say they're probably about 4 inch or so. As you can see, there's muck on there because I've used them already just to try and set the tent up. Okay, so I do actually have some of my own longer stakes with me as well, but I'm not sure whether I'll need to use them or not. We'll have to see. Okay guys, so I'm just currently putting the pegs in here at the moment on each corner, and then one at the back. Now the way I find to do this best is to follow the line of the sail and, you know, pull this out at the end. So this is, you'll attach your inner first to the pegs, and then later you will then attach these loops around the peg, if I could get the around, and then you'll pull these straps to tighten it. But before we do that, I'm going to insert the trekking pole at the front, but that's just to give you an idea. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you'll have one coming out at the front here, which I'll show you in a moment or two. Right guys, so let me just give you a look at it here. That's it all set up. Absolutely cracking tent here. So you can see I've got it out there, and down here is where you tighten the straps. So you just need to pull on that, and that'll bring everything in tighter. Let's do a wee bit down here as well. And then that's the door set up there. A really nice looking tent, all things considered. Really, really nice looking. And then I'll just give you a look on the inside. Okay, so just to give you a bit of a look on the inside, so nice storm flap down here with the Velcro. And this guy line that comes down from the trekking pole runs down to a point here and then runs across, and then you've almost got like a ram's head clip that will hook onto this side of the door. And I have seen before you can actually switch this around depending on which door you want open. So let's take a look. So there you go, and that's what I mean about it being a more of a 3-season, is because you can see it's a fully mesh inner, and the zip is like this, so you can see it runs up and along. So I'll try not to keep it open for too long because I don't really want any bugs in here. You can see up like that, and then you've got ample space in here, loads of room for one person. I would say 1.5, and then you've got a lovely decent sized vestibule here for cooking in. And yep, let's just get that zipped up there. And just to show you there are toggles here to hold this door back. I'm just not doing it because I'm doing it with one hand, but it rolls back and then the toggle comes around and holds that open. And then there's your trekking pole that runs up through the middle. So you can see it is a brilliant tent, and I've always wanted a trekking pole tent to test out. So there you go, that's nice and taut. And yeah, a really, really nice looking tent. And good solid structure, and nothing to it in terms of weight. You can see here, very, very strong. And this is sagging a wee bit here, so I'll pull that a bit tighter in a moment or two. But yeah, I would say in terms of wind, I would say this would put up with 4 seasons, but given that it is an inner that can come apart, I would say you could probably switch out the inner for a more solid inner, and then that would allow you to have it as 4 seasons. So I know there is a very similar tent called the Lanshan, and it's very, very popular, and I'm pretty sure it's nearly exactly the same, but this is from a company called Nightcat. So yeah, brilliant tent. Right, so let's talk a bit about the specs of this specific tent. Now, just for full disclosure here, Nightcat did send me this tent for review. However, my thoughts are completely my own. They have not asked me to say anything positive, anything like that about the tent. They just sent it and I've got free rein to talk about it. So, to be honest, spoiler, it's going to be pretty positive because everything about this tent so far is really good. And I just love the look of it. So the tent itself weighs just over a kilogram, so 1.05, so you can imagine it's absolutely perfect for sort of solo backpackers. And the outer fly sheet, it has a hydrostatic head rating of 5,000, which is pretty high, and then the bathtub inside is 8,000, which I thought was really high. I'm not sure I've seen another tent with an 8,000. I'm sure there probably is on some of the sort of maybe 4 season tents, but 8,000 hydrostatic head on the floor. Now, pack size, whenever I showed you earlier when it was packed down, now again, I did have it open a couple of days ago and then I put it back in again, so it's probably not an accurate sizing whenever I put it back in, but on the official website for the tent, it is 33 by 14 centimeters, and it'll fit any rucksack. Now normally with my tents I would have them on the outside of the rucksack just because I can't fit them in, and they're usually too bulky to fit inside, but this one here, because it packs down so small, I was able to actually fit it inside the top of my rucksack, which I've never been able to do before either. So that's also a major positive. It is a 15D silicone coated nylon and it's proper rugged. Another thing about this tent, now I'm not wholly familiar with the Lanshan, but from watching other people on videos reviewing them and using them, they need to be seam sealed. This comes fully seam sealed, just so you're aware of that. So it's fully seam sealed, and yeah, so just be aware of that as well. Alright guys, so just letting you see the selection of beers here. So I've got 7 Brothers here, so I've had this before. This is a great wee beer. I think it's around, what is it, 6%, so it is quite strong now. So one of them, well, 3 of them, sorry. And well, so we got Northern Monk Far Out Cosmic Hazy Pale 4.6. So we have 2 of them as well. Now, whether I'll drink them or not, I maybe keep them. But yeah, I've taken a few out with me here tonight, so yeah, should be nice. Alright guys, so I'm just enjoying a beer here, 7 Brothers. This is a lovely wee juicy IPA, 6%, so it's pretty strong, but it's really nice beer. So I just started to relax and then I started to hear voices. And I thought, oh no. But no, 2 fellas have turned up there. They're doing a bit of fishing just a couple of feet away from me here, so I think they're pretty bummed out that I was here. You know, I think they want real peace and quiet to be able to do a bit of fishing. So originally they were going to go over the far side, but I think it's too windy. So they've had to sort of come up around this area here. So yeah, I obviously made them aware I'm doing YouTube videos, so I'll try my best sort of keep the noise down for them. But they'll stay out all night. They don't even have any tents or bivvies or anything. They're just literally going to set up and leave their lines out all night and stay to the morning and hope to catch something. So I'll just have to try and keep the noise down for the rest of the night. I was considering moving, but because it's taken me so long to set everything up, it would just be a nightmare trying to pack everything down again. And because this isn't a freestanding tent either, it's not as if I can pick it up and move it anywhere. It's all pegged down, so it would probably take me another half an hour to move everything. So I don't know, I might do. We'll see how it goes. Consider moving away just to give them a bit of peace and quiet now, but we'll see. Okay guys, just gonna get a wee fire light here. Just get the fire log on. Not that it's cold or anything, but it's more to get rid of these midges. Right guys, so that's the fire finally lit. It took me quite a while because I didn't actually bring a lighter with me. I've only got the fire steel, so, and some wood wool, and I eventually got it going there. So yeah, this is mainly just to stop midges rather than have any heat from it. But I just chopped a bit of a fire log and launched it in there, so that should keep going for the next few hours anyway. Next beer is Northern Monk Far Out Cosmic Hazy Pale. So let's give this a go. So we've moved on to this Far Out Northern Monk, guys, so just giving it a go here. Oh, it's really, really nice. Really, really cool artwork on the tin as well. Yeah, very, very tasty. And I've just been sipping at a Seven Brothers there as well. I've tried them before, so I specifically got them again because I really like them. Really citrusy, lovely taste to them. So at the minute I've just got the tinderbox lit here, and I've just got the piece of fire log in there, and it's working quite well to keep the midges away as well. I've kind of moved further down just to avoid getting anywhere near them fellas while they're fishing there, so and obviously to avoid the smoke blowing anywhere up near them, so it's acting quite well as a midgie repellent. So I do have my smidge net with me here to put over my head, but I could just imagine them boys turning around and looking at me with that thing on, like God knows what they would think. Now the challenge here is going to be, you know, going to sleep knowing that there's fellas a couple of feet away from me that are complete and utter strangers. I don't know them, so I think it's going to prove a challenge to sleep. I don't know what to do really. I'm so bad at making a decision. If I really was smart enough, I probably would have just moved, and then that way I probably would have had a peaceful night's sleep and not have to worry. But I'm not stubborn. I'm thinking, well, I was here first. So, you know, I've lit my fire now, so it's not like I can leave it. So, but they're being very, very quiet. You know, they're not doing any harm there. They're just casting their lines out, and they're down on the bank. So when I look up, I can't even see them. They're that far down. But fair play to them for staying out all night and not even sleeping, just in the hope of catching fish. But he did say that they do generally catch plenty of fish out here, so I don't want to be the one that scuds that by making too much noise with my big voice in these YouTube videos. So but yeah, I don't want it to ruin my night. I went ahead and set everything up. I spent ages doing all that and going over the tent and that, and it just seems like a bit of a waste of time to take it all down again and then move somewhere else. So yeah, I'm gonna just sit here and chill out and then probably get my food on soon enough. Just got a bit of spaghetti bolognese with me tonight. It was cooked a few weeks ago, and I just vacuum sealed it and froze it, so it's just a matter of me heating it up. I have a bit of cheese there to sprinkle on it as well, so yeah, that should be pretty tasty as well. So this here was just gonna be a very minimalist camp anyway, and the main reason was just to get out and try this new tent from Nightcat. So, but yeah, it's all going well so far, guys. So I'm gonna sit about here for a while longer, maybe not film for a wee bit and just enjoy it, and then I'll come back to you. Well guys, this is the first time I brought you back in a while. Probably been sitting here for, I would say, a good hour, probably over an hour. I just had the camera running on a time lapse there just to get a nice view of it turning from light to dark there. So at the minute I'm still very much doing the same thing that I was doing before, which is just literally sitting in front of the fire, and it's actually really weirdly calming listening to them guys casting their lines out onto the water and reeling it back in and hearing the line, glide back in across the water and talking in their Polish, or they should do ASMR or something. I don't know. It's actually quite relaxing, so I'm hoping that will actually help me go to sleep. But yeah, so just literally been enjoying a few beer, and it's just gotten a lot darker now, so I've just had the fire pit on, and yeah, just the bugs seem to be leaving me alone, which I don't know whether it's to do with that spray that I have or whether it's the smoke from the fire, but I can see pockets of them around me. They just don't seem to be coming near me, so I'm going to say it's probably that spray, which is really, really good. And it was just a random purchase off a shelf in the chemist before we went abroad, and we never even used it. So I would imagine what I'll do is probably just finish off the rest of this beer, maybe have the whiskey first, my wee dram of whiskey, and then cook the food, rather than do it the other way around. I think it's probably the best option. So, but yeah, it's been a really calming night, and to be honest, I barely even noticed that they're there. And as I say, I think the sound of what they're doing is actually helping me in terms of just sitting here enjoying it. So yeah, lovely. Well, we've reached that time of the night, guys, where the whiskey's coming out. Now, if you've watched the last video before this, well, I done the Trangia stove cook before this, but if you've seen the one before that with the Camp Ballon toy, you'll know something devastating happened, where the beautiful glass that I got with this smashed. I dropped it and smashed it. So as a replacement, because you can't get that glass anymore, I've brought the flask with me. It's got some Bushmills in it, and this time I've actually just brought my whiskey glass with me, and this is courtesy of my mum, just as Eamon 40th birthday, so I got this for my 40th. I've got quite a number of these type of glasses at home. They're stunning glasses, but they're more for, they're more for the house sort of thing, but it actually fits quite nice in there though. Look, see, perfect. So not all is lost, so let's get some Bushmills in there. Lovely jubbly. Got it all over my fingers too, which is nice. And I absolutely stink of booze. I'm so tempted to put Pepsi in this, but I know that's sacrilege. Lovely golden colour there. But we're going to get a wee drop of water in, just to open up the flavours, apparently. There we go. Good stuff. Okay guys, so let's try it. Cheers. I must be growing more tolerant to this because it's actually quite nice. And it's nice that this glass fits in there for a change. Okay, I got something floating in it. Class. Hold up, bear with. Not even sure I got it out. Nope. For God's sake. Yeah, I don't know if I got it out or not. I think it was just a wee bit of grass. But yeah, cheers everyone. So yeah, it's been a nice wee camp. I've got my thermals on now underneath this because I was getting a wee bit nippy there. So given it was such a hot day, I thought it would kind of stay warm tonight, and then I was thinking probably shouldn't have took my sleeping bag with me and just done what I done last time with a liner. But no, it's definitely, the temperature's dropped. So it has, so yeah, all is good, all is good. And I'm looking forward to getting into the tent and trying it tonight. And yeah, it's the last. I actually ended up using the whole fire log tonight, which I wouldn't normally do. I would only use part of it and then leave the rest, but I actually thought to myself, I'll use the whole thing this time around. Why not? And then it saves me carrying anything back with me. And then it's giving me a nice bit of heat here, considering it is, the temperature's dropped. Could have sworn I took my woolly hat with me as well, but I can't find it in there, so I must have left it. But yeah, so there we go. So the next thing I'll do whenever I finish the whiskey is I'm going to get the dinner on for sure, because I'm getting really peckish now. Alright, so here we go then, guys. That is the spaghetti bolognese. As you can see, it's vacuum sealed, and we're just going to cook it in the straightforward pots that I have, and hopefully that should do the job. So now, one thing I do know is that I'm running very, very low on gas, so fingers crossed will be enough to cook this. Also brought the windshield out with me, so let's get that one going. Not sure if I exactly need the windshield, but ever so often I do feel a bit of a gust coming through. But the more stuff I take out, the more stuff I have to pack away again, which I'm not a fan of. But hey ho, let's see how we get on. Right, now let's get the burner on. Let me get some water lashed in here. Picking up everything here. Right, I'm gonna submerge this. Wow, that's literally sitting in no more. Any more than that will probably spill out and put out the gas. Just gonna leave it like that. Steam's rising from it, so that's a good sign. So let's have a go. Man, that is good. That's real good. This was actually cooked by my mother-in-law. She actually cooked this for us weeks and weeks ago. Whenever we came back from the cruise, she had it already cooked in a batch, and I ate loads of it at the time, and it was lovely. And then I was like, right, I'm gonna keep a bit over and vacuum seal it like I love to do with everything. But it's a way forward, guys, for camping. If you've ever got leftover food, get yourself a wee vacuum sealer. They cost next to nothing with the bags. Vacuum seal it, freeze it, bring it out again. It tastes even better than it did the first time. There's my wee lamp in there, guys. Just gonna zip her open and jump in before any bugs get in, because they will be flying in here. Oh. Not graceful at all. Alright, so that's us back in the tent, as you can see. Yeah, what a great night. Everything's worked out pretty perfectly. I've mostly packed everything that I need to away, and the fire's now burnt out, so I've just crawled into the tent here, and it's really warm. I thought it would be a lot cooler because it is cooler outside, but it just shows you that this tent is actually really warm as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here for tonight, guys, and I'll pick up with you in the morning. I'm really tired. I was actually out surfing with one of my best mates there this morning, and I say surfing, I was trying to surf. I'm terrible. I was all over the place, and spent the majority of the time trying to get on the board. But that in itself took so much energy, so I'm absolutely exhausted, and I'm hoping that I'll sleep well tonight. So yeah, I'll pick up with you in the morning, guys. So good night, and yeah, sweet dreams. That's me just awake there about 10 minutes, and yeah, it was a really good night sleep. Had at least 5 hours, so not too bad at all. And it did rain a wee bit during the night. I could hear it sort of hitting off the tent there, and yeah, it stayed waterproof and done a great job, and yeah, nice and spacious inside. So I would have loved to sat and had a coffee, but I've not enough water. I've been drinking all the water all night, so and I need to get back because the wife's heading to work there. So yeah, need to get back, and yeah, I'll just enjoy a coffee once I get back to the house. So I'm just gonna get everything packed away here. I've got about a couple of hours before I need to get back, but it can take a bit of time to do everything. Plus the fire pit, I need to wash it out as well. It's full of ash, so I need to get that done as well. So yeah, guys, so that is me done and dusted. As you can see here, that's where I was. Nothing but a patch of grass, really, flat grass. In terms of the fire pit there, somebody already had a fire pit there, so I don't condone that at all, doing it on the ground. So that's why I put a rock down and then put the fire pit on top of the rock just to keep it elevated. So I did use the area, but I didn't use the actual fire pit that somebody had created there. So yeah, so I'm just about to get finished up here and get moving on. Those boys there look like they're packing up as well from the fishing, and fair play to them. They stayed out all night and never slept a wink. So I must ask them if they caught any fish, but I'll just show you my surroundings here. Just so lovely to wake up to. But yeah, just gonna get the backpack and everything on here and then hit the streets. So I'll bring you back. So that's me just on my way back to the car here now. Just got a quick chat with them boys. They're not big talkers, very few words, but they said they caught a few fish and then they just threw them back in again. But yeah, I barely heard a peep out of them all night, so I'd imagine they have to keep quiet just not to scare the fish off. But I think they were a wee bit standoffish too because I was there, so you know, maybe them boys are the ones that are lighting all the fire pits and, you know, I don't know, leaving the rubbish. Who knows if it's them or not, but I had to gather up another few bits of rubbish on the way out there. So but yeah, all said and done, it was a great wee camp, and turns out I can sleep when there's strangers nearby. But to be fair, I was exhausted yesterday, so yeah, it turned out really well. And as for the final thoughts on Nightcat Ultralight tent, I think it's a fantastic tent, and I slept like a dream in it last night, and I actually benefited from the fact that there was a fully mesh inner, because I was getting every so often like a nice wee breeze through, and because it was so warm it was cooling me down, which was really nice. And it did rain during the night, and the tent held up brilliantly. Now I did have to pack it away wet there because I need to get on the move, but as soon as I get back to the house I'll get her into the garage and get her dried out. And that's one bit of advice I would say, is if you're packing away a wet tent, is always to remember to get back, is to air the tent out, just stop any mould. So yeah, what a fantastic tent, and I highly recommend it. And as mentioned before guys, I will put the link in the description to get a 15% discount on that tent, and I just really do think it's worth it. So as for the next camp, I actually don't know. I know I did mention last time it was going to be a bike packing adventure, but just haven't got around to it yet, so maybe that'll be the next video. But in the meantime, if you like what you watched I'm not great at these, so yeah, if you enjoyed the video guys, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Catch you later guys.